So hold on. That doesn't make any sense. They tested it first and then they sue them? Come on now. You have to see that this is all a part of the systematic scheme. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, right off the bat, I have a buttload of fundamentals to discuss and talk about with you all here today. We're going to be talking about Ripple. I'm going to be giving you all my personal opinion on everything that's going on surrounding the regulatory uncertainty in the space, reading some interesting fundamentals to you all. If you all enjoy deep dive video breakdowns like this, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. We do appreciate the love and the support. Once we reach 15K subs on YouTube, we're going to be doing a giveaway along with 1,000 subscribers reached on Rumble. We will also be doing a giveaway. The link for our Rumble is in the description down below. I haven't decided whether I'm going to upload this to Rumble or YouTube just yet, depending on the length of it. But in today's video, again, if these deep, in-depth research videos bore you, then this is probably, not your cup of tea here, because we're going to be going into a very detailistic perspective while reading some interesting fundamentals. So all in all, I have this theory, this scenario, okay? I'm going to read that to you all first to kind of get the brain juices flowing. So here on my Twitter, you all can see I posed it to you all. All this regulatory drama stirring along with the lawsuit, specifically talking about Ripple versus SEC. We all know it's a hoax, okay? And I'm going to explain why my perspective that this is to be the case. We see banking crisis, the lawsuit, it's all a show, again, in my personal opinion. However, just like CV19 has now been openly discussed as the element that kickstarted digital payments. That is actually a fact. You guys can go find that on the World Economic Forum, the International Monetary Fund, Bank of International Settlements websites, okay? They've openly discussed that CV19 kickstarted digital payments and created this digital payment infrastructure, okay?
What we have seen throughout the euro area and in Europe in general is a dwindling use of cash. And this has been certainly accelerated by COVID. It has been tempered a bit during the terrible invasion of Russia against Ukraine, because there was suddenly a little appetite for cash yet again. But the general trend is less use of cash and more use of digital payments. The numbers are very clear.
So, however, will this new crisis, okay, that we're experiencing now, the banking crisis, be talked about in 3 to 4 years' time? Absolutely. But by then, it will be too late. The digital transformation will already be finished, okay? It's been happening since 2008, 9, and 10, and I will show you all in today's video breakdown that this has all been a systematic plan, okay? So I said to you all, XRP was created by Ripple as a new form of digital money that operates independently of the company. However, the government did not like that a private company had rewritten history by creating such an advanced technology that made their outdated legacy payment infrastructure look weak and unusable.
All I see is opportunity, really, and the more time that we spend through the Digital Pound Foundation looking at use cases and what these new forms of digital money can achieve within the payment landscape, the more, it becomes more and more difficult to actually think, is there any other way to go other than to be looking at these new forms of digital money? Of course, cryptocurrencies have shown us that there is the demand for new forms of money. And when you look at the existing payment architectures, in the UK, for example, what we have here is kind of a legacy infrastructure that isn't necessarily well designed and well suited for the digital world as we know it today. And when you look at cryptocurrencies.
So, in my opinion, they staged a fake lawsuit against Ripple to stall the adoption of this technology and distract the public while they caught up and upgraded their own systems, i.e. the CBDC initiatives, public-private partnerships that you're now seeing. These are all things that I'm going to show you in today's video that are nothing. It's nothing new. I'm going to show you documents from central banks today where these public-private partnerships and this new initiative, this digital infrastructure, has been being built since 2010, long time ago, right? That's over 13 years ago, right? We're in 2023 now. So I said to you all behind the scenes, again, showing you proof. I'm going to show you physical proof where they admit this. They are building an entirely new digital payment infrastructure, having closed door meetings and discussions that you and I will never see, that will run parallel to the old system. I've shown you guys in Bank for International Settlement panel discussions where they admit that they are currently building a new digital payment infrastructure that will run parallel to the old legacy system. All right, if you're not hip to that, go watch some of my previous video breakdowns so you don't think I'm crazy and I'm making this up, because it's not. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. People just aren't doing the research. All right, I might even have time today to get into the whole ISO 222 just freaking raping people's portfolios last year that we experienced in 2022 and explain to you all why that never happened yet and why it has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Okay, so cash, again, for those of you who don't know, is not completely going away. They've even admitted this.
So I think so CBDCs, I don't think will become the major form of payment, just like today notes and coins are not the major form of payment, but it is the anchor. What you need is digital cash to combine the benefits of digital and the benefits of cash. And that is what digital currencies do. So I think this second monetary system that will coexist alongside the first monetary system will have that feature. And I think it's important from the security and resilience point of view, that monetary system must mirror the structure of the traditional monetary system. So that's probably one way in which that future unfolds, because then it doesn't have the problem of disintermediating the banking system.
More so for the next decade, digital payments will become a new normal. So in my personal opinion, cash will still be around till 2030 plus, heading into like 2040, 2050 is when we'll start to see cash really, truly just completely go away. Okay. People need to be a little bit more realistic with their targets. And I've been trying to explain that to people, but people think I'm loony, right? So anyways, Ripple and XRP, this is my last spiel, along with many other utility-driven companies, because it's not just Ripple and XRP, are at the forefront while governments, banks, payment providers, and major businesses are having closed-door meetings and hiding it from the general public. Once the new system is live and the whole old, outdated payment infrastructure legacy system was operating parallel to it, they will drop the lawsuit, okay? Mind you, this is, again, a future prediction. Nobody can put a timestamp on this, but then that is when the lawsuit will end. I'm telling you all right now. And they will tell everybody about XRP and many other utility-driven crypto assets. However, by that time, the elites, the governments, they will have already adopted this technology, and the price of XRP and other utility-driven coins will be too high for the average 9-to-5 middle and lower class person to afford. This is also why they had XRP delisted from multiple exchanges, to limit accessibility and to scare off the masses. Believe what you want. Nothing is a coincidence. So let me back all of this. And I'm not just, okay, sounding like a loony bin, right? Okay, so that's my tweet. Again, if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure that you do so now. Link is in the description below. So I'm going to play a little tiny video clip from the House Committee, okay, talking about the future of digital assets, identifying the regulatory gaps. And he goes on to mention here that the CFTC has declared that out of the top 15 digital assets, over 7 of them, the CFTC has declared as commodities. And not once has the SEC argued that claim. However, what the SEC has done is signaled out one specific cryptocurrency, obvious, of course, being XRP, and deemed it to be a security. So pay attention to what this gentleman says.
First, I looked at the top 15 digital assets by market capitalization. Now, there are thousands of digital assets, but the top 15 account for about 86% of the market. Second, I looked to what the commissions themselves have said about those 15 digital assets. Not a chairman, not a commissioner, but the commission itself, because only the commission can speak for itself. Based on my review and looking at CFTC and SEC enforcement actions, it appears that the CFTC has asserted that 7 of the top 15 digital assets are commodities. These 7 digital assets are some of the largest, accounting for approximately 76% of the digital asset market. The SEC, as a commission, has never challenged any of those CFTC determinations, some of which have been around for years. Instead, the SEC, in an enforcement action, has asserted that only 1 of the top 15 digital assets is a security.
Okay, so we'll leave it there. So he pretty much just openly admitted that they targeted XRP, okay? Why is there a lawsuit going on with XRP? But, you know, no other of the top 15 digital assets, 7 of the the ones that he mentioned, the CFTC declaring that they are commodities, the SEC arguing with that determination, again, however, just enforcing a lawsuit on Ripple and XRP. Okay, again, it's very questionable, right? Like I said to you all in the previous tweet, nothing is a coincidence. So let me show you all what's going on real quick. This just came out yesterday, 10th of May, 2023. Rewriting crypto. House Republicans are speeding up along in a major push to overhaul. By the way, this is from Politico.com. I always try to give a shout out to the news fundamental I'm getting it from. House Republicans are speeding along in a major push to overhaul rules for crypto. I spoke Tuesday with Rep. French Hill, the Arkansas lawmaker who's helping lead the effort. Here's a quick update on the latest. The GOP leaders of the House Financial Services and House Agriculture Committees, again, those are the individuals that were just speaking. I just played a video clip for you guys, are hashing out a bill that will attempt to reset regulatory jurisdictions of the SEC and the CFTC in the crypto space. Members and staff have been ramping up behind the scenes discussions, and they're holding a rare joint hearing this morning. Again, this is from yesterday. The SEC likely has the most to lose. The Hill told me that the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, has taken a sweeping view of which digital assets should be treated as securities. It's too sweeping, he said, but there's no regulatory framework that clearly and easily, effectively makes this distinction. So why is there even a lawsuit? But they're starting to switch things up. Congress is starting to get on board, okay? So again, in relationship to the tweet that I put out to you guys, this, in my opinion, was all staged. And I'm going to show you why I think that is. Because think about it. Private sector creates this technology that outpaces the government tenfold, okay? And so what would you do? What would you do in a scenario? Stall that technology? How else are you going to do that? Sue them to drag them down, shake retail out from adopting it, delist it from exchanges? Duh, come on now. That's what anybody would do if they're trying to stall something. It's clearly obvious. And the reason why I'm covering this again is because XRP was the first digital asset that I ever bought back in 2016. Okay, I'm not an XRP maxi. I believe in other utility-driven altcoins as well. I just love the fact that people can't see that this is manipulation to the finest of a degree. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, okay? So now we know Congress is coming in. I gave you guys my perspective on the lawsuit, showed you guys that they literally admitted to Congress that they singled out XRP, okay? So it's not hidden. This is a conference coming up, Speakers 2023. I believe this is coming in towards the end of the year, Q3, I believe. The Global Payment Summit, again, just showing you all that Ripple in some way, shape, or form is always the only distributed ledger technology taking place at these major conferences, summits, and meetings. We see all the major central banks. And again, Ripple is the only distributed ledger technology actively participating in this. We see right here, Vice President, Ripple X, Central Bank Engagement, CBDC, James Wallace. All right. Now, moving on, just recently, I got acceptance to this 2-day annual DMI Symposium, which again, it's private request. You had to request like, I don't know, 3 months ago to join this conference. I wasn't able to record. However, you guys can see my access here. Here's my profile, my name, CEO of CYPRX Superior Trading. Now, very interesting. Okay, you guys can see video clips from it now on the internet starting to stream. But what people don't see behind the scenes is this little website right here. You can see Platinum Symposium partner, Ripple. Again, what? Come on now. Why, if they're being sued by the SEC over something so dramatic and so, like, you get what I'm saying? Are they always at the forefront? We have every major central bank attending this event. And right down here at the bottom, just to prove to you guys, it says that they have off-record, high-level roundtable meetings. Boom, right there. So what is Ripple involved in? And I'm going to show you all again how this is to be the case, okay? This is nuts. So showing you all that they admit right here, off-record, high-level roundtables, showing you guys that the committee admitted that they targeted XRP, showing you guys now that Congress is literally saying that Gary Gensler cannot do his job properly and that they are going to need to step in. Are you guys starting to see how this is all kind of, a staged event? Let me show you all. So by them admitting right here, off-record, high-level roundtables, and me knowing that the Central Bank of Brazil just presented at this symposium, okay? Well, check this out. This came out 3 days ago on May 8th, 2023 from Ripple, from ripple.com. And I'm just going to prove to you that they have closed-door meetings. okay, here, remember I said in the beginning, okay, COVID kickstarted all of this. Well, right here, Ripple's on board with this. It says right here in their documents, since the CV-19 pandemic, the world is increasingly digital. We've seen videos of Christine Lagarde on central bank or Bank of International Settlement panel discussions openly admitting this, that COVID kickstarted digital payments, all right? But it says right here, examples of central banks planning CBDC initiatives. Right at the top, it says, in Brazil, the central bank is readying plans to launch a CBDC in 2024, okay? We also see Central Bank of Montenegro recently announcing a pilot project for CBDC with Ripple. That's old news, okay? But check this out. Just today, this was, I believe, from 3 hours ago, Brazilian CBDC to enable banks to tokenize balance sheets. Now, where did they announce this at? Again, hold on. Let's go back to this fundamental that came out May 8th, okay, 3 days ago. They just announced this today on the 11th at the what? At the OMFIF Digital Money Symposium, whom Ripple was a Platinum Symposium partner, whom again, the Central Bank of Brazil spoke at, and admittedly, right here, they say that they have off-record high-level roundtables, right? It's just interesting. So Brazil's central bank sees its central bank digital currency program as enabling banks to embrace distributed ledger technologies and tokenize their balance sheets, okay? Now, again, I'm trying to get you guys to see how this is all a staged event because the private sector came out with some dope technology that stunned the government, and they needed a way to stall all of this before it really hits the fan, okay? Now, we also saw, I showed you guys, if you go here and you go up to the top, just because people were questioning this, you go to attendees, right? And you type right here, you type Stellar, just to show you guys that Stellar was also at this event. So let me show you real quick, Stellar. Okay, boom. Stellar Development Foundation, Leslie Chavkin, head of policy. So she was there as well, just to show you guys. Now, just so you guys know, May 25th, 2022, outdated fundamental right here, but Stellar Blockchain joins Brazilian CBDC challenge. I don't think it's all a coincidence, right, that Stellar was at this event where all the central banks are at, okay, along with Ripple. But we also saw this, Ripple, our partnership with TravelX Banks, this is old news, obviously, of course, but bank marks the start. It says right here, the start of a crypto-enabled payment solution in Brazil. And what did Brazil just announce? Right? Central bank sees its central bank digital currency program as enabling banks to embrace distributed ledger technologies. Come on now. It is not a coincidence that these partnerships, these things, these interconnected, intertwined webs are taking place, right? People think it's a conspiracy theory because it's too hard to believe and because the price of XRP and XLM haven't really done jack for years, okay? But there's a reason why. And I cannot stress enough. Patience and discipline will pay off long-term just like it does in day trading. So this is a PDF. If you go to the Central Bank of Brazil's website and you go to their little search bar and you type in Ripple, this is one of the fundamental documents that pops up from Bank Central de Brazil. And if you scroll down here to page 9 on this document, it goes on to read, Ripple's interledger protocol, this is, by the way, them admitting that they've tested this technology, for instance, proposes to speed settlement times by integrating the central bank ledgers through currency exchanges. On that matter, a recent Bank of England report presents a successful trial of interledger protocol in processing cross-border payments across simulated RTGS systems. The institutions deem its trial as positive. Hold on. So they deemed that this is all it can all take place, right? You get it? But hold on, let's just pay attention to what I'm trying to teach you guys right now. This happened in 2017, where they deemed this trial successful. Remember, the whole argument I'm making is, again, the private sector created some revolutionizing technology that the governments did not have at the time. Now they're hopping on board. The banks are starting to shift hands and change and transform over to this digital infrastructure, but they needed a reason to stall all of this after proving in 2017 that these trials and tests work. Okay, this is old news. Anybody that doesn't know this, I mean, you're sleeping on research right here. That literally, this is two banks, Bank of Brazil and Bank of England, literally telling you all that interledger protocol works. Okay, and they deem that to be the case. I'm not making this up. I'm just conveying information that is readily available to every single human being on this earth. Okay, now think about it. In 2020, what happened? Again, after they tested this technology. So hold on, that doesn't make any sense. They tested it first and then they sue them? Come on now. You have to see that this is all a part of the systematic scheme. Now, let me even, remember I told you guys at the beginning of this, this has been going on for some time, way back 2010. Let me prove that to you guys. Here's another document right here, bcb.gov.br. This is again from the Central Bank of Brazil website. You can go check it out yourself. Go to the Central Bank website, type in Ripple on the little search bar, and a whole bunch of PDFs and fundamentals will pop up. This is one of them, okay? You guys can see here at the top, the IPFA and best practices in cross-border payments. Who's the IPFA? International Payments Framework Association. The mission, worldwide acceptance of payments framework, which facilitates interoperability between counterparties that enables more efficient cross-border payment processing. Founded in 2010, 25 members today. Would it blow your mind if I told you that Ripple was a part of this? Because they are, okay? Collaborative working model, technical implication manual, assistance available for mapping between ISO 222 and local formats. This is again 2010. And everybody in 2022 was FOMOing out of the mouth due to retail manipulative tactics on Twitter and freaking YouTube, thinking that we were going to see some bull run in 2022 because of ISO 222. You get me? People don't even freaking know. They truly don't know that the old legacy system is completely being revamped, restructured, and rewritten right now. And it takes time. I cannot stress enough. People think it's going to happen overnight. I literally have I can't say an insider at IBM because he doesn't work there anymore, but an individual that worked at IBM back when they were building data infrastructures. And he confirmed all this stuff. I did an interview with him on freaking YouTube. Got like a 1,000 views. It's probably one of the most important videos that I've ever made on YouTube. It's hilarious. People aren't paying attention. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. Let's scroll back down here to this document again. This IPFA, okay, 2010. The bridge in practice, we see Federal Reserve here, the EU, right? We see them talk about FX rates, okay? Now, right down here, it says primary members, Royal Bank of Scotland, Royal Bank of Canada, US Bank, Federal Reserve, okay, Brazil, DNB Bank, ACH, like Reserve Bank, Africa, like the list goes on, okay? But right down here, IPFA, affiliate members, who's the only distributed ledger technology company on this list? Ripple Labs. Above them, Nacha, Entity Data Institute. Below them, Swift. Come on now. You can't make this stuff up. It's all been a part of the plan. They're always at the forefront. Why is Ripple at all these meetings? The only ones, Stellar and Ripple. Not just one, but multiple meetings. Okay? Why has Ripple been working with the freaking integration, either directly or indirectly, with the Central Bank of Brazil, okay, look at this. This from 2010. This is nuts. Obviously, of course, Ripple was established in 2012, but the IPFA, International Payments Framework Association, where they were talking about ISO 222 back from 2010, 2 years before Ripple. I mean, it's literally mind-blowing. Do your research, do your homework. Make sure that you're not involving yourself with money that you're not willing to lose. Okay, many blessings. I know I went on a rant. Holy crap, this video is freaking long. It's going to take me so long to edit. Many blessings to you guys as always. I'll see you on the next video breakdown. Don't forget, 15K subs on YouTube giveaway. 1,000 subs on the Rumble. We'll be doing a giveaway as well. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.